remembering DAGRIN, his life, music, and legacy.
Yeah. Yo, Frenzy. What? Please turn my microphone on. I know you tired being in the studio. Do this for me. If I die, make you no cry for me.
Almost 5 years after the death of one of the most promising Nigerian musical talents to emerge in this decade, many are yet to come to terms with DAGRIN's untimely passing. Oladapo Olaitan Olaonipekun, popularly known as DAGRIN, was born on 21st of October 1987. He was referred to on the streets as Original Omoita, DAGRIN Lomono, Lyrican Trouble, Fimilejo, Omonile, Soldier Boy, Lyrical Weary, Mulenubi, Misofuni, Omogun, Akogun, Barack O'Green, Chief Executive Omoita, and more.
DAGRIN, Barack O'Green, Barack Obama, Lyrical Weary, CEO, Chief Executive Omoita.
This episode is dedicated to my brother, DAGRIN. Rest in peace, Lion. You understand? Wait a minute, just a conceality. He asked me, say now waiting for you, I go do anything. Joma be mo cheje, if I feel me take be pie. A minute that they give me mommy and Gelly and one pie.
DAGRIN was humble.
Very humble guy.
He's a very funny person, a real person.
DAGRIN was real.
Down to earth.
He's one of the most down to earth person I've ever met in my life.
Obviously extremely talented, and you know, it was fun times every time we were together. He'd come by the studio a few times and just hang out, play us some of his music, we'd play some of the new stuff we're working on as more hits at the time, you know, so it's always a great experience.
He's somebody that loves to encourage everybody around him.
I think I met DAGRIN in 2008 at a performance. He just started. I just went for a show in White House somewhere in Ikeja, and he finished performing because I was upcoming then. I was looking to be an artist. So when he performed, he rapped in Yoruba. He danced the entire time. I'm like, who's this? So when it was just backstage after the performance, I went to him like, yo, bro, man, I like what you're doing. Your music is awesome. And we talked. And I was like, oh man. I asked my about me. I said, man, I'm still in uni, but I did sing too. And I was like, oh man, brother, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing. I'm like, I love your rap. Is your album coming out? And I said, yes, the album is coming out the same year. I think that year, or the year before. I can't remember. But he said his album was coming out soon. It was pretty great. And we dropped the album blew up in Nigeria.
He's someone who the street knew for a particular kind of character and kind of energy, kind of vibe, the way he speaks and everything. But while we chat, he's somebody who spoke like, you know, more learned than what people expect him to be, more in tune with how he has a plan for his music, the future, his frustrations for the industry and where he thinks it should be.
DAGRIN con got ready go. My father way why you want to go. Who do this beat now lay low.
I remember then when I was still with Olumente, he comes there, but he never gets to come inside the house. He stands by the door and is looking. Someone has to come, like, come inside before you see him actually come inside your house to sit.
Show me the money.
And he's a shy guy.
And DAGRIN also performed or portrayed his art in an environment that he was very, very comfortable in, and which was actually rapping in his mother tongue.
He He was embodied the hustle and struggle of average Nigerians, and it was mainly for this reason that the young rapper's music and story resonates with his fans.
I feel like sometimes we do not appreciate what is ours if it did not come from the white man. And for the first time in a long while, when DAGRIN first came out, he was rapping in his dialect. He was rapping in Yoruba, and it was beautiful. It was like everybody liked it. It was like something that was ours that could be accepted, and we could all relate to it because at the end of the day, we're Nigerian. So yeah, that was it about his music. It was deep music. It was good music. It was in his local dialects, but he was making sense, and every time he was passing a message across.
That green belly deep, how much you can weep. Every time you walk by, would you win my team?
I think DAGRIN had an aim, like just like everything in Nigeria, like as much as we like to say it's foreign, everything is luxury, is premium, is new, is fashionable, Nigerians will always love that thing about being truly Nigerian. And DAGRIN was very Nigerian. DAGRIN was very Nigerian, where a whole lot of people were copying the Western world. And just like what Fino is doing with the Igbo music right now, DAGRIN did that with Yoruba rap. And that was why a lot of people loved him, because he lived his rap style. He lived what he believed in. And if you could see him, if you saw him then, you would believe everything that he rapped in his music.
DAGRIN's music is one of those sounds that creates, like, clears the pathway, you know, especially when there's a pathway, but maybe the bushes are like covered it all up, and somebody comes and bulldozes everything, like, let me just spread it open. You know, it's possible for you to sound indigenous and be commercial. You know, you don't have to try and use the word phone everything. You know, you can be true and real and street and hood, and you can use your language to depict it, and people will love you whether they understand what you're speaking or not. Do you know why? Because I have honesty in my tone, I have honesty in my delivery, you know, and I have honesty in the way to groove. And the grooving is something that it transcends across tribes and races and languages. So with that, he came and made people believe that it's possible to do that style of music in Nigeria and get away with it.
He was that one artist that I know, if you want to feature him, if it's in Ibadan, he will transport himself to Ibadan and come and feature on your song and go.
Yeah, so he's a real person, and he's a very spontaneously funny person.
So real.
So far, so good in Nigeria. He's the only artist that I would say he's very real. I mean, when it comes to his music.
DAGRIN didn't need to make any huge proclamation of his entrance on Nigeria's music scene. He was simply a young boy from the streets who told his story powerfully through rap.
DAGRIN is that kind of person that I fear him a lot when it comes to like words, you know. He described the kind of life he live. You see DAGRIN said, on a life Timon live, be an you know. So he's that kind of person that I fear him a lot when it comes to that. He's like a prophet. So I would say his music actually impacted the life he lived till he passed on.
Man, if you know Tupac, if you listen to Tupac's music and you're a fan of Tupac, DAGRIN was our Tupac. Like, he just had energy. I remember we did a football tournament somewhere, and he came and he was wasted. He was playing harder than everybody else. And he took a penalty kick, he missed the ball, he fell down hard on the floor, got up, was laughing. You know what I mean? Like, he just had such energy for life, you know what I mean? We'd do all these corporate events, he'd come on stage with like bulletproof vest, singlet on there, like, you know what I mean? He was street soldier, man, the original, the OG. You know what I mean?
DAGRIN actually came around and modernized Yoruba rap, leaving way for people like Olamide, Lil Kesh and others. I see DAGRIN following the footsteps of a lot of Ajasa, because those were the people who actually started, let's say, Yoruba rap. So I'd say DAGRIN really was unique in his own way when it comes to Yoruba rap in the music industry.
DAGRIN had the streets on lockdown, you know, and in that way, you know, getting other kind of people to listen to indigenous Nigerian rap music, you know, he actually paved the way. So his kind of music is Nigerian, music.
He's a great rapper, an awesome rapper, and a good ingenious rapper.
Yeah, the Green's music had a lot of impact in the music industry because it was like, you know, a hierarchy of rappers, and he actually paved the way.
Back in the days, if you can't do, I wanna do this, I wanna check, you can't do anything. But DAGRIN came with, I'm on Nigerian HipTv. That's hard now.
This is probably the last spot he was seen at. You understand? We shot the video to my song Get Champion Remix. Me, DAGRIN, Vector, Sasha, Nate to see, and DAGRIN did his verse just right here.
Champion tune to heaven. Welcome, Nate to see, Kitty the Guitar Man, Sasha P, DAGRIN, Vector the Viper, ready or not, Champions League season 1.
9th September 2009 was when we did the remix, and we got there that day. It was was a rainy day, and it got there exactly around 10 p.m. and everybody was like, who is gonna go on first? Who, like, he just was like, Baba, can I go do my own now? And I was like, okay, go kill it. And he went in there and just nailed it. You understand? It wasn't, he didn't really have to like think about it. He just got in there and he mashed it.
He does things that happens to him based on life experience, you know. He speaks on what happened to people day in, day out, you know. DAGRIN is really artist that can say, okay, Muti Jiari, yes, Muti Jaleri. Dear, look when you somebody me bati panyori.
He was really a voice from the streets. He wasn't talking about how the street was dangerous. He was talking about how the street was hopeful.
That impact to me is actually what brought about that my first song titled Business I did with Mastercraft that show in Johannesburg. When I say something like, "Obe fun labata, won ya keti, eti gbagbe gba ti mo wale intenti geti." Complicate, you know, when Olamide heard something like that, that was when he became my fan. People be like, CDQ, have you seen Twitter? Like Olamide tweeted almost all your lines on that business song. You know, it's because it felt that realness in that song, you know. That was why, and many people, like, they made that line their favorite line of CDQ ever. And so that's one thing I actually learned from DAGRIN kind of music, that realness.
He spoke for people that had never been spoken for before.
DAGRIN's music to me is true, you know. It's kind of like ingenious for somebody to get the appeal of the whole hip hop feel and bring it home and make it sound right, you know, make it feel right. It's not forced, it's not dishonest. It's like I have a true hip-hop sound and I put my Niger flavor on it, and I'm delivering it just the way Tupac would deliver, just the way you know, a Biggie would deliver. This is my street. I talk about my street. I talk about taking people down that don't want me to progress. I talk about having fun with chicks. I talk about everything that it's part of the street life with the lingo that they understand. So for that, it caught on, you know, it got me. And it still has the rhythm, it has the melody for you to groove to the music, in as much as it has a lot of things to say. Sometimes it's witty, sometimes it's very naughty, you know, but at the end of the day, his music has this ability to clamp you in. You know, when you listen, you just keep listening for good.
He preached about the ghetto, and he has a dream.
You know, as soon as he passed away, one of the first songs I recorded was Apata, where I say, I miss DAGRIN, the streets to listen to, because ever since he left, we got nothing to listen to. These rappers misconstrued, nobody's spitting truth, they lying, talking about ish they ain't buying. Yeah, I mean, the reason I say that is because he inspired everybody to that aggression. I mean, without him, I mean, the person that's probably lived up to his legacy the best and had probably a bigger career as Olamide. He showed us the blueprint for that before that.
You know what I mean? Get my fellow mission me, yeah. A minute dollar, euro, pounds, naira. A minute to see you gonna wait, yeah, I see.
When I think about him, I get in that mood where I wish magic and all those fairy tales and fantasies can just come to life, you know, where your tears and how much you miss him can just form a stairway, like a ladder or a step to heaven. And I feel go bring my brother back, but we all know it's impossible. But we keep the belief alive, you understand, wherever you are, and you're listening to me, General Pipe, we're talking about DAGRIN. Keep the fire burning and stay true to what you believe in, because that's what he stood for. Bless up.
Wow, my reaction to his accident was quite shocking. I was really devastated. I was so devastated it concerned my husband, because we're not even married at then. Got to a point it was like, what's going on? Is there something between you and DAGRIN? I said, no. There's this dude, I'm just getting to know him. It's very few people in the industry that are in that side of life where they look like thugs and street gangs, but there's something about that dude that was just different when I chatted with him, and it's hurting that we are not going to get to see that, you know, that side of him. You know, he's not living long enough, and this is somebody that, you know, probably has his own story of a hustle life, a struggle life of pain, and now that things seem to look like it's going his way, things seems to be like it's going to get better for him, for his family, or for whoever was there when the hustle started, and boom, that took him away. So for me, I was really devastated. I couldn't even change I couldn't delete him off my BBM. I didn't change DPs. I had the old RIP DAGRIN on my DP for so long. In fact, a friend had to call me and say, I beg, he don't go now, come out this picture now, come out, he don't do.
When DAGRIN passed on, I was like, God, what I've been looking forward to. What have I done to you, oh Lord? This, do you understand? Just like your savior is gone. I just don't want to use that word, savior, because it's just like someone that you've been looking up to, and you find out he's dead. So I said to myself that someone that even me, I said something one day. God forgive me. I said DAGRIN's dead. If it was my blood brother, that's passed on, and DAGRIN lived, just to, I just said that out of, there was at the point in time I was like, God, even if it was my blood, I would not feel, because I will tell you vividly that I'm closer to DAGRIN than my own blood brothers. There I was in exam hall that day, I mean, it was Olamos that called me actually. That's the guy that's always like being like his right man, and they always go to places together. So Olamos called me like, CDQ. Man, it wasn't easy, man. Trust me. I mean, it's not something I want to actually go back. I mean, the feelings then, like, as a matter of fact, I had extra year because of that in school. I mean,
You got to see the effect that he had on the masses, how much people loved him, when he passed away. So, great guy.
It was just like a shock to me then. It took a while for me to like taking it all in, and reminding myself that it's not like he's on a musical tour somewhere performing around the world. He's never gonna come back. You understand? But then, DAGRIN, we got you. Obadiah from Obalinde represent you still. You understand? General Pipe, Vector, the Viper, everybody, we love you. Stay blessed. Obalinde chapter of DAGRIN Day. Boom.
Very inspiring young man.
DAGRIN inspired me as a person, through his music, his belief, and the way he carried himself. You understand? He totally made it it made me believe in what my philosophy has been all my life. Like, you don't have to be disrespectful to be a superstar. You understand? DAGRIN was very, very humble. You understand? And that's like an inspiration to me, even if him be my aburo.
Me and him, you know, we became so close, you know, when he heard my style of music, like CDQ, I like your bounce on beats, I like your delivery, I like your tone. But don't you think it's better if you just do something with your local dialect so you can connect to your fans directly? He brought that Yoruba rap thing in me out. It made me believe I can do it like this Yoruba rap thing. People will feel it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you there. Oh, that people won't share at me, Nika. Small baby, them friend, Luruga.
DAGRIN is somebody that we call a spade anytime. He has never been who he's not. He doesn't form who he's not. He's always 100% real. He tells you how everything goes, how everything works, and so I miss that originality about him. He's one of the realest dude I ever met in my life. And
this one guy that was just walking by, had the radio, and he was rapping. Sometimes I just look at my life and realize I don't want to wake up. But the guy was rapping every word. And in my life, up until then, I'd never seen that. I'd never seen a street boy rap every word of a Nigerian rap song. And I was like, yo, I want that. And so when I went into MI2, my whole approach was to make rap music that be accessible to everybody.
So pump it up, people on they come. If you million the microphone, lower. You fake oh yes, I did love for war. That queen in the sink, well, MI, I'm gonna be radiator to this many my baby, need like hip hop, they know I got the key, baby.
I'm a singer. My music career actually started, I would say, when I met like DAGRIN. It was when I inspired the music in me.
The day I listened to his song, I was motivated. I was like, if this man can do something with his own dialect, I can actually do something like that.
Whenever I saw DAGRIN or whenever I listened to him, I just felt like, okay, if he can do it, if he can make something out of himself, well, I can do it as well, and so can everybody. So yes, he was a really inspiring person, and he made really inspiring music as well.
If you listen to his songs, if you listen to his lines, it's like you can build confidence out of it.
In a funny way, that kind of like gave a lot of people a deeper sense of hope that somebody out there is speaking their language. His music was very impactful in the industry, top and bottom.
I mix him because it's like a preacher to me. Somebody will tell you that whatever you do, you should not give up with that thing. Keep pushing on. So that's one of the main reasons why I really missed DAGRIN.
He made everyone on the streets believe that you can be somebody out of yourself regardless of where you come from, and that was a good thing.
So many upcoming artists want to be like DAGRIN, and any one of them that had made name through his type of music should give that respect to him.
I know they respect him. I don't know if it's enough, but I know they respect him.
I noticed since DAGRIN left, there is a space that, there is a position that the guy was in before he left. Until date, that position is still vacant. Nobody could fill that space in anybody's that. He's got it, and I think he left with it. Maybe tomorrow somebody else is gonna come to fill that place, but for now, there's nobody who has the substance like him. There's nobody who can deliver it like him. So, yeah, we miss him so much.
Yeah, we miss his music and we miss him as a person as well.
Hip hop team a cool boy, me o gentleman wa pẹ̀lú DJ Neptune. Mo le ma rap Yoruba but let me bag him in your bar, bring all the ace with the bar.
DAGRIN still believed to be a legend when it comes to Nigerian music industry. I mean, indigenous rap, because that's bars that he set. Nobody has been able to actually beat that bar. And DAGRIN is someone that no matter who you are, I mean, when you come out as an indigenous rapper, people will still tag you to DAGRIN, like DAGRIN Babash and DAGRIN CJ. I mean, now you start all these things, despite the fact that we have likes of them, a lot of Ajasa, then AY, the guys in London, then that I used to listen to then, even before I started listening to DAGRIN. But DAGRIN actually raised the bar. I mean, he's that type of artist that actually set the standard for Yoruba artists that makes it easy for every Yoruba artist to be able to travel out of Nigeria. I mean, make our music be accepted out of Nigeria, London, America, and everything. You know, that kind of, it's not really that easy when you like compose song with your dialect on a hip hop beat and you make it widely accepted. You know, songs like Ghetto Dream that feature So Sick on it, songs like Make Dough, songs like Pom Pom Pom, you know. So he got, I mean, I believe he got the accolade that he's supposed to get.
His sound was unique at the time. I mean, when DAGRIN came out, he was probably the only one doing what he was doing, and the way he was doing it brought a lot of attention to his sound and his style of music. And a lot of people, he got a lot of respect from a lot of people, especially the artists who, we don't respect each other too much, but he definitely earned respect of every single one of his peers.
He made indigenous rap music a household thing. He brought it out. He paved the way for all those that are benefiting from indigenous rap music right now, and for that, I think he has written his name in concrete, and he will forever be remembered as a pace setter.
Definitely left enough footprint on the sound of entertainment, Nigeria music entertainment, because I know of a lot of Nigeria artists that came to life and they came to the limelight or get to believe in themselves just because of DAGRIN's movement. Yeah, I understand.
For me, I saw DAGRIN as a white light, you know, for Nigerian music at the time.
In fact, I'm not dissing anybody, but this album is still one of the best rap albums to ever come out of Nigeria to date when it comes to hip hop. I can never be any other DAGRIN again.
He showed not only that he was in a league of his own, but also that he had a plan to move the Nigerian music industry to the very next level.
He's always that kind of person that will always tell you that, oh my man, just keep going, that we have a long way to go. He has this big dream now. He will tell me that he wants to be Nigerian Didi or Nigerian 50 Cent, and he has this big dream that...
He made a very big impact, you know. He will forever be remembered. This blessed memory, God bless him.
DAGRIN made a lot of impact in his short career span because his music grew so big. Imagine when he died, Puff Daddy even tweeted about it, like, I don't know who it is, but the Nigerian legend. So his music touched the lives of a lot of people. His music was very street.
DAGRIN has left a legacy that allows us not to miss him so much, which I think is great, because he could have died with everything that he had, but he left for us his music, he left for us his legacy, which, you know, the new artists are now riding on. So I miss that creativity, and I miss him for being him.
DAGRIN is that kind of person that I think should be celebrated in a very bigger way.
DAGRIN deserves celebrating even after death. If it's by an event, if it's like whatever means or whatever way we want to celebrate him, it's worth it.
The only thing I have to say is I think the Nigerian DJs, I think the Nigerian VJs should do like something where we continue to remember the artists that have played a part. We continue to remember the artists that have laid a foundation for the new artists. We continue to play music, not just on their Remembrance Day, but we should continue to play the music that we love so that they can live in our hearts forever.
An annual event should be dedicated to not just DAGRIN, but every soldier that we've lost in the battle towards heading to the top.
Yeah. Yo, Frenzy. What? Please turn my microphone on. I know you're tired being in the studio. Do this for me.
May his soul continue to rest in peace. DAGRIN, I know we can't see you, but you can see us. You know the people that actually loved you for real. And you know the people that actually, you know, but your soul, because you're a good person. DAGRIN is the kind of person that whatever he feels, you understand, in his heart, he will say to you. He does not keep, he's not a shady person. He's a very, very open and transparent human being. I said to myself, since DAGRIN is dead, I have never had any friend that I was so emotionally you know, attached to like DAGRIN.
Seriously, personally, I miss him.
May you so rest in peace, man.
Man, I miss you, bro. We miss you. The world misses you. Nigeria misses you. Your fans misses you. The street misses you.
Like I always say, DAGRIN, you were the bomb, and we will greatly miss you.
I hope I'm not even asking for too much. Not saying one thing to him, but to God, please, God, can you bring him back to us? Please. It's not possible, but that is what I want to cry for, like in my heart. If God can just send him back, somehow, anyhow. Somehow, anyhow. Somehow, anyhow. Because I cried. I would never forget. I cried like a baby.
God has a reason for us all being on earth. God has a reason why he let you go now. It's not because you are imperfect. It's not because you are perfect. It's just because he wants you there. He wants you with him right now. And maybe your legacy or your music or your sound or your impact wouldn't have been something that people really took seriously if you hadn't gone. We don't know, maybe we'll have really taken you for granted. Probably you wouldn't be this popular anymore, we don't know. But for the time you went was the time you had the loudest ovation. And we cherish you for that, leaving us with that feeling that something left us. That's because it really mattered. So you're with God, rest in peace, until we see you again.
I know feed borrow car, use them trip Jessica. Some people no go my kosora on the sadaka. Kaka kinwa show le me ready lati wa kisa. Ọpọlọ ló ń jáwọ́ form Jackie Chan. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ọmọ ogun, wọ́n pariwo ń lo ogun. Sí àna Ọlọ́run bá sọ̀kalẹ̀ wọ́n ní mo ń ṣe ogun. Níbo lẹ́yìn wà nígbà táwọn yẹn ń pè wá baboon. Ẹ wá rówó lọ́wọ́ mi, wọ́n ní mo ń ta yahoo. Torí bí mo ṣe ń wù, torí bẹ́yìn ṣe kù. Ẹlẹ́nu ló lẹ́nu bọ́ ẹ má lọ fẹ́ nú bomi kù. Ẹ lè fi mi wélu kù. Ẹ lè fi mi rírí kù. Ẹ lè pa mi láyò tó bá ní kátàkù lérí kù. Ẹ má kù. Ẹrù pọ̀ bá ti kú ọba ṣì kù. I don't know why some men like living fake life, fake money, fake swag, fake ass and fake wife. I'm hotter than the summer, I'm so cold and ice. How come your girl keep looking at me twice? Team Yoba represents Molly Komejebi Rice. Elo Shora and Kimalo Bino Dan, you know, be dice. You know, still your boy CDQ, yeah, aka Wos, aka Wobi. You know, I love you, DAGRIN. May you still rest in peace. One love.
I don't know. Good people are to die, and the bad go they alive. Ojúpọ́n roro. Ẹni rè lọ akọgun lọ, ó paná omi àjà lolo lolo. I know if heaven got a ghetto, you'll be sitting next to God watching who go follow. Odigbere odarinoko omoro. Rest in peace, Barack Green. Much love.
If I die, make you no cry for me, for me. Ẹ jẹ́ n sinmi, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ n mí. If I die,